He want me to go hard, so I'm finna go hard. They want me to go far.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Chicago Unhinged, where we talk all things Chicago sports. I'm your host, Mike B, and Bears football is finally here. The Bears kicked off preseason with a dub, defeating the Tennessee Titans 23-17. A lot of good stuff took place. A lot of young players really thrived in this game that I'm going to talk about. We had a couple of hiccups throughout this game, but overall it was a solid game from the Chicago Bears. And Bears football is finally here. The hype around this team is legit. You can feel it in town. Man, we finally got the quarterback under center, who I believe can be great. We got him some weapons. The offensive line looked great. The depth pieces came out and they contribute. So I am really excited to see what the Chicago Bears team do. We know it's not going to be any tanking, so it's only going to be up from here. So without further ado, let's talk about the game. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way, because only a few things that I saw. Of course, one of those being Velus Jones Jr. with another muff punt. I don't know how many chances they're going to give Velus Jones Jr. to really get things down, because at the wide receiver depth, barring any injuries, he's probably going to be fourth or fifth, maybe even down. And if he can't get the kick return, punt return down pack, I don't see a way he get on the field this year. So I feel like his only way to get on the field is to really nail down these kick returns and these punt returns. We can't keep seeing things like this. I'm not saying his job is completely totes. So I did see they try out Tyler Scott. He also did not have a good game as far as receiving. He had a couple of drop balls, but Velus Jones Jr. got 2 more games to at least show the front office that he can really catch these punt returns and kick returns. But like I said, Velus Jones was probably one of the negatives so far. Tyler Scott, he did not have a great game. He was one of those guys I had on my list checked now. And PJ Walker, being a backup quarterback, he came out and had a horrible interception. He completely overthrown Equanimeous St. Brown that did not look good at all. He really did not move the ball at his time being and at quarterback. Nathan Peterman looked better than PJ Walker. So there was a couple of things that I saw that I would probably point as being negative. So let's stop talking about the negatives and talk about some positive. Justin Fields came out and he balled out in his short period of time. 3 for 3, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. People going to say, oh my God, they were just short passes, but who cares? As long as you give, quarterbacks give the ball to their playmakers, and their playmakers take over the rest. Both of those great passes were short passes to Khalil Herbert and DJ Moore, but those guys, being talented as they are, took advantage of it and took it to the crib. One thing stood out for me for Justin Fields. Before, you probably see him keep the ball and run, but he still looked for his open receiver, the check down receiver, and they made the play. I mean, how can you hate on a quarterback making the right play? Plenty of quarterbacks across the league will make that kind of play, and they still will get praise. But when Justin Fields do it, he don't get praise. I'm just going to accept the fact that no matter what Justin Fields do this year, people, especially Packers fans, are going to hate on him. Roschon Johnson was another guy who stood out to me. That man can play football. 12 carries, 44 yards. He reminded me of David Montgomery, but with speed, because he was bouncing off of defenders. He was juking defenders. That man gonna be special. And I can see him probably being RB2 midway throughout the season. There's not no knock to Dante Foreman, but he had a track record of not being healthy. So Roschon Johnson's the guy to look out for. The receiving core, nothing really stood out to me outside of DJ Moore, Khalil Herbert, big game, but Isaiah Ford did have a nice catch for 37 yards. Outside of that, nobody kind of stood out as being like the lower depth chart receiver. Like I said, Velus Jones Jr., Tyler Scott, both those guys had a catch for under 10 yards. That's pretty much it. Tyler Scott did have a few drops. So offensive line, they play solid. To me, the MVP of the game was Carter playing at right guard. He really looked it good, getting out in the open field, blocking for those two great catches. So it's nice to see that we kind of got some solid depth behind, the starting five, because we're really going to need depth just in case anybody goes down. We've seen Nate Davis have not really been in pads for the last few weeks. So let's talk about the defense. The defense was probably exciting to me. Tyreek Stevens, Travis Gibson, Terrell Lewis was the three guys that stood out to me. Tyreek Stevenson going to be a ball player. 7 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 pass deflection. He was getting out, tackling, making plays on the ball. I'm really intrigued about Tyreek Stevenson. I think he's going to be CB2 right across from Jalen Johnson. I think he's that good. From what I've seen, just in one game, he's a guy who's going to be around the football. Jalen Jones impressed me. He's still impressing me. He's going to be a guy, and it's hard. I think he can overtake Kendall Vildor, because he's just a guy who just being on special team, always around with the football, making huge plays. Travis Gibson got the quarterback. He got a sack. Hopefully he can, turn this thing up. He was kind of slide on the depth chart. I still believe he can still be a really great edge player. Noah Sewell really caught my attention as well. He's going to be a tackling machine. Zach Pickens, the rookie, got a sack. Terrell Lewis got 2 sacks. He was fantastic. I think I'm a believer on Terrell Lewis. The defense, it kind of an Eberflus defense. It was always around the football, making plays. The first quarter, when the kind of the first string defense was in, they really couldn't get to the quarterback. That was probably my only issue with those, but they still made plays. But I want to see the first string get to the quarterback. We didn't see a second string guys kind of got in. It sucks that we didn't really see too much of Javon Dexter, because I feel like he went down with an injury. Hopefully it's not too much, but overall, man, this Bears game, it was exciting, man. A lot of good things to see, a lot of good young players that really went out and played, which is going to make game 2 even much better to watch. So what's you guys' thoughts and opinion about this Bears preseason game? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm going to try to recap all the Bears games going forward. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and peace out, man.